Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A very special welcome back to the incredible city of Brisbane. And the Brisbane Dance Masters, our first round action. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the players. Would you please welcome from Perth, Australia, taking part in his third World Series event, it's time to meet Tim Pusey. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Hastings, England, a two-time World Series finalist, the winner of 4 PDC ranking events. Time for you to welcome the reigning champion of the world, voltage, Rob Cross.
Chilled out preparation this week in Brisbane for Rob Cross to turn things around after these 2 quarterfinals at the World Series in Auckland and Melbourne, to see if he can get off to a winning start here. It's a very good evening for the first of this evening to Paul Gow, also Stuart Pike.
Yeah, thanks, Alan. Tim Pusey has impressed us all in the 2 World Series events that he's played so far in Auckland and Melbourne. Rob Cross reached the finals in both Las Vegas and Shanghai, and desperate to win a World Series event. Can he become the 6th separate, different winner of a World Series event this year? Tim Pusey lost to Michael Smith in Melbourne, lost to Gary Anderson in Auckland, but many believe, certainly in these parts, that he has a very bright future. We shall see. The 25-year-old from Perth against the champion of the world. And the winner of this to play either Simon Whitlock or Corey Cadby, that mouth-watering all-Aussie clash coming up a little later on tonight here in Brisbane.
Well, hasn't it been a life-changing experience for Rob Cross? Travelling the world, speaking to him last week, he was getting used to the travel bit and the sleep and waking at 3 and 4 in the morning, and that's part and parcel. The World Series of Darts.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, first leg.
We love having them here in Australia, that's for sure. The world's best, and here's the current world champion.
What a start this is. It's got a very, very easy on the eyes, straight down the line throw, and no nonsense from Pusey, who as I say, pushed Gary Anderson all the way in Auckland. Not so good against Michael Smith a week ago in Melbourne, but the reason he is playing in all 3 of these events is that he won the DPA, Darts Players Australia, Order of Merit. They played several tournaments to find a qualifier to play in all 3, and Pusey topped the pile. His reward is to play against 3 of the very best in the business. Anderson, Smith and now Cross.
Talking to all the qualifiers there, having all the best players in the world here is elevating not just the stature of darts in Australia, it's elevating their game. So for Pusey here, playing against a world champion and Smith, who's a winner this year too, They can only take confidence from that. He's for a 180. Oh, that's a good start last week. World champ. Probably not too happy with it. 10-9 from Michael Smith in the quarterfinals.
45.
Yeah. 9-6 up against Smith in Melbourne last weekend. Lost the last 4 legs to an inspired Michael Smith, you have to say.
Well, it's a funny game, darts, isn't it? One week you've got it, Michael Smith, and the next one there, you're packing your bags on the way home.
Game on.
Cross winning the first leg. Yeah, 11 data to start from Cross.
40.
There's no doubt that the sport in Australia is growing year on, year out. We are seeing some new faces and some new younger talent coming through. Of course, it has a huge following on Fox Sports here in Australia. All the big tournaments throughout the year are live on Fox, and the interest that it's sparked.
Well, no more interest, Pikey, than Rob Cross there beating Phil Taylor in the World Championship. That's over Christmas time, so it's our time off. It comes on at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you know, what a great way. You know, you have breakfast, a cup of coffee, and you watch the World Championship. So, and it's very, very entertaining. And what a story this was. You know, the belief he must have in his game now. He threw his first 180 when he was 11 years of age. So he must have thought he was all right about that age.
That's the sporting fairy tale Rob Cross has written over the last 12 months or so. Been tough for him though this year, and he's carried well, you know, the pressures of being the world champ and having that target on your back, and did okay in the Premier League, and you know, has thoroughly embraced and enjoyed everything that's come with being the world champ. And you know, he's not shied away from the fact that, you know, it had taken its toll, and it would, and you know, he's been brutally honest about that. But he said that he will come out the other side a better and stronger player and a person for the experience. But you know, whatever happens, he has won the World Championship.
Keep in mind, he's only 28 years of age too, so it's part of that learning curve. He didn't turn professional early on. You know, just as he said, he wasn't ready to take on the world stage, but we know there's some changes that come with that attention. The attention you get from the media, from people, they want to know you. And just walking the streets after becoming the world champion would be different from him, for him.
Well, a chance here for Pusey to level it up. That's a good guide.
12
expensive misses, we shall see.
Oh, you can't give them up against players like Cross, that's for sure. We'll need the double 16 here.
40.
Pusey with a chance. You don't get too many of them against the world champion. There you go. Well, that'll settle nerves, just taking one. As we know, he can be upset, that's for sure.
The next big eight for all Australian and New Zealand darts players comes in the autumn here, and it really is the Oceanic Masters, which should be played down in Sydney at the end of October. The winner of that will be about 130, 140 players battling out for a place at the World Championship. What a prize. Oceanic Masters champion goes to the Ali Pali.
What an opportunity that is.
Yeah.
Like that, there's something to strive for. There's time and the work that you'll have to put in to get to that level.
No doubt Pusey will be giving it a go. He'll be one of the offensive players on the day, I'm sure.
Well, he's only 25 years of age.
44.
And his girlfriend is ranked #1, Tori Kewish, who's the leading lady darts champion in Australia and just won the next, alongside Justin Thomas. It's not like you're keeping it in the family, a bit of practice session on the dartboard.
Yeah, good pressure again. There's going to be 3 legs, all one against the darts. It may not be.
$123.
Good setup shot. Just in case cross misses. Oh, double 16 for double 8 then. Now double 4.
Game show in the third leg.
Oh, you can't give him too many chances.
Full flag
Quality
roll
and the class
first.
shining
Game
through
on.
there for Cross. And I must say, Pusey looks like he's into the leg now. Mercer left behind. It's from 80.
139.
Rockcross seeded 4 here. He's in the top half of the draw.
140.
Peter Wright seeded 1. Michael Van Gerwen 2. And Gary Anderson 3.
140.
Just in case you're wondering, the seedings for the World Series events are based purely on results in the World Series events. So Michael Van Gerwen, who wasn't seeded in Melbourne after his win there, goes up to number 2 seed in Auckland rather. So it just makes it more interesting because top 4 seeds change all the time, so they're not playing the same players week in, week out in the World Series. Cross would love to win one after a couple of near misses. Great dart at the ball to leave double 16.
Game show in full flag. Spin flag 2 to
With darters, eh?
Game on.
Yeah, the World Series taking the game around the world. And Cross get into the finals of the US and Shangri-La last month, but there's been a month in between. So to get back on that roll and the rhythm of playing.
Just to push his average up to nearly 106.
16.
On track.
Oh, 6 perfect darts from the world champ. Look at that. He needs 15 reds, 15 blacks and all the colours. But he'll do for 147 in 3.
Robbie require 147.
Triple 19.
Well, Pikey, I must say, I've been around when Phil Taylor's got those 9 darters, and the atmosphere at a venue like this, the Convention Centre in Brisbane, it goes off. You don't quite have that in golf. Not the same sort of a bit of a golf clap where the atmosphere and someone gets a 9 darter is unbelievable.
Worth reminding you that Paul Gaff sat alongside me was one of the top 50 players in the world. And his umph at the golf.
84.
Top 50 in the world, Gary.
Well, the fact is I wasn't that good. That's why I'm here. But loving this. When the darts was come to Australia 13 years ago, I was introduced to it, and well, it was absolutely fantastic. Watching the likes of Phil Taylor and our own Simon Whitlock. And that'll be a great game tonight again.
More missed darts at double than Rob Cross. This is an unexpected chance. He's missed half a dozen darts to make it 4-1. Well,
37.
disappointing there from Pusey. Didn't even leave himself out at the ball. So Rob Cross gets the job done on double one, and it is 4-1.
Well, Cross doing it easy here. Pusey will learn a lot from this. He's on the big stage.
Well, you're right. You can't get the experience. This is priceless, invaluable. You know, may well lose 3 games against, you know, Gary Anderson, Michael Smith and Rob Cross. The experience of playing on the big stage in the World Series, you know, with the bright lights and TV cameras.
Well, the fact is when he gets away from the game and he gets time to think about it, what could I have done better? What did Rob do really well here? You know, the game's not over for sure, but it's about those experiences. He's 25 years of age. He's got a lot of time to mature. I would imagine darts is one of those games that maturing is a big thing, and that's why Rob Cross didn't turn pro so early. And it's about handling the pressure on the big stage. Some embrace and some don't.
43.
You watch the likes of Gary Anderson and Michael Van Gerwen. They just seem they want it when they're on stage.
140. 59.
Never seem in any hurry to me.
Require 161.
He's going for the ball.
57.
Down. If he was going for the ball there, he missed it badly.
Sheepish smile from Tim Pusey, I think.
134. Timmy require 104.
It's for a break of throw. For 16 then. Well done, good darts. He's a good player. 104 finish for the Aussie.
Game on.
It'll be always in the back of his mind. They get a start here for the world champs, and that's a big reason to work hard at it. You're sort of learning on the run when the big boys come over to play.
Pusey is another Australian who, having got the taste for it, is considering having a go at Q School in the UK in January to earn a prize tour card, which should possibly open so many doors in a career in darts.
Well, he's from Perth, and we've seen Kyle Anderson do it, and he's done it successfully. And it's hard being away from home. You've got to travel out outside of Australia to fine-tune your trade and play against the world's best. That's the only way you're going to get better.
128.
And that was a good performance from Kyle Anderson tonight. A little bit off last week, but back on target this week.
He won 5 legs on the spin to go to victory, and for me, arguably the best 5 legs that we've seen him play for a fair time. Perfect dart for Pusey. He'll be disappointed if he doesn't get another treble.
125.
He's backing it up here. Took out 104 in the last leg.
And you require 103.
Double 16. Well, he nearly got another one. 104 in the last leg, 103. A whisker away. Will he get another shot? Cross to go within 1 leg of victory. One dart at double 18.
Well, that's one of his favourite darts. The double 18.
That's
it easy.
Fine margins, you see. One dart from Pusey to get within a leg, and all of a sudden, any thoughts of a comeback appear to have been snuffed out. But we've had 7 legs of darts in this match. Would you believe 6 of them have been won against the throw? The only hold of throw we've seen came in the fourth leg. You may remember Cross took out 82 on bull double 16.
Well, I can see Pusey is enjoying himself there. A bit of a smile and laugh. That might be a nervous one, but albeit he's on the big stage.
100,000.
He's done all right, steady away at 90 average.
No 180s yet for him, but only small, only 2 from Cross also.
93.
That's average of 99.19 for Cross.
We've already witnessed one upset on the first ever night of World Series darts here in Brisbane. Raymond Smith, the Australian qualifier, thrashing Michael Smith by 6 legs to 1.
So quickly, but
Well, he's got 2 darts for match here. That should be a perfect marker.
25. Tim, you require 148.
struggled last week to check out.
Well, just in case. I wonder, are those the last darts Pusey throws in the World Series? Double 10. And there we have it. Rob Cross goes through, the world champ. In the end, a 6-2 winner, but hats off to Tim Pusey, who's made his name over the last 3 weeks in Auckland, Melbourne and now in Brisbane. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more of the 25-year-old from Perth over the coming years. But the world champ is through to play either Simon Whitlock or Corey Campy. They're coming up later, but next, the world #1 here in Brisbane as Michael van Gerwen takes to the stage.